coach told me I can never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Coach told me I can never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Wine on Saturday, wine on Sunday, but coach told me I can never miss a Monday.
Good evening. Welcome to the Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show with Coach Mike. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this week on Monday Night Live, and I look forward to interacting with everyone in the audience. So I invite all of you, take your smartphone and record yourself asking Coach Mike a relevant real estate question. You can submit it to the Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show hotline at the number you see on the screen. And our super producer, Jay Joseph, may very well choose your question to be answered on tonight's show. But first things first, I want to take some time to introduce my co-host. He is not only a highly successful real estate broker, but he is also the co-founder of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. I want to thank him so much for sitting in with us on Monday Night Live, and I'd like to introduce Mr. Michael G. Davis. How you doing, Coach Mike?
Hey, what is going on, family? Man, back at it another Monday. I'm just super excited to be here, Rick.
Man, it's great to be here with you, man. You know, the Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show is a great Kickstarter to everyone's professional week, especially if they're in the real estate space. So before we move forward, let's reflect on what just went on. How was this weekend for you, Coach Mike? And how was this weekend in the world of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm?
Hey, look, the weekend was jam-packed. We had the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. It's the premier network for Black real estate professionals. We had our annual conference down here in Houston. Over 1,300 Black real estate professionals and partners were down here collaborating for 6 days. It was amazing. I mean, we had people from all over the U.S. We even had people from outside of the U.S. come down, spend time at the Hilton Americana. So shout out to everybody. I know, you know, they've made it back home safely. We had lenders, we had national speakers, we had Marsha Fudge, the U.S. HUD secretary. She came and talked. Malik Yoba, remember that show, New York Undercover, man? He came down. He has a fairly large development company that does a lot of work in the Black community. We recognize the top 100 Black real estate teams and agents and brokerage firms. Close to $2 billion worth of production from those 100 individuals, for which we can say Brooks and Davis is the number 5 brokerage in the Black independent brokerage in the United States. So we were on that list. We were part of that $2 billion worth of production. So it was an amazing week of accolades, meeting people and getting prepared to help advance or build Black wealth, beginning with home ownership. That's what it was all about. So,
no matter how many years you attend these conferences and you share best practices, it's amazing how you're always picking up new tidbits, new pieces of information that you bring back to the brokerage and everyone at Brooks and Davis. So I want to thank you so much for doing that, because we all know the power of networking and how it's so important and vital that we're always re-educating ourselves and expanding and changing and evolving with the ever-changing real estate market. So great work, Coach Mike, man.
Absolutely, man. Look, we even had them brothers from Earn Your Leisure. They was there, man. Giving us
that's great, man.
It was truly an amazing time.
You know, the great thing about sitting in with you on Monday Night Live is that we get a chance to talk about what we had and experienced the past week before. We're going to talk about what everyone can expect this week on BND TV and everything as far as the activities and trainings at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. But the most exciting part about Monday Night Live is the actual interaction and the contributors from our audience, man. So, Coach Mike, man, they've done a great job again this week as far as submitting some really thought-provoking questions. And if you're ready, Coach Mike, I would like to give you opportunity to answer question number one.
Let us begin.
Absolutely. Question number one, Coach Mike. What are the advantages and disadvantages of working with a real estate team versus being an independent agent?
You know what? That is an excellent question. That is an amazing question, actually. So, Rick, here's the reality. I don't necessarily think it's a matter of advantages or disadvantages. All right, so I'm gonna preface that by saying that. All right, at Brooks and Davis, we have individual agents or independent agents. We also have teams. Okay, there are some individuals that can be highly successful, have a high level of success, but they don't want all the liability. They don't want all of the responsibility. They don't want the buck to stop with them, right? They ultimately want to help someone else's organization. They want to help another individual achieve their results. And they're 100% happy, matter of fact, fulfilled in the fact that they've helped that person achieve the goals, and they're willing to give themselves everything to help that person achieve the goals, right? And when it comes to a team offers that individual the opportunity to live their best life, right? To live their best life, to be successful, to have to be able to be, have large financial gains, a great quality of life, impact their family. They give that person an opportunity to achieve all that by helping the team achieve their goals. And that person will get a lot of fulfillment out of it, right? So a team gives that kind of person that opportunity, because without a team, then now you force that person to be the man or to be the woman. They got to be the person. Everything has to stop with them. If they're going to be successful, they got to be the boss. And there are just some people that don't want that. Right. And they're great support people, and they can be very successful being a support person. So that's what the team offers that person that opportunity. Right. Now, if you're not that person, okay, and you want the buck to stop with you, you want to be the one at the top, you want to be the face on the billboard, you want the brand, right? Then don't go work for no team. Because in the team, it's not about you. It's just not going to be about you. It's about you elevating and building somebody else up. And you got to find comfort in that. And there are people out there that do. So leave that spot available for the person for which that spot fits. Okay. Because I know I can speak for Brooks and Davis. If you want to be the man or you want to be the woman, we can help you. We can support you in getting there. We can show you what you need to do. We can help you build it. We can get you exposed to the information and the expertise and what you need to know. You can learn this business, even being brand new, right? But if your goal is to be the agent, the independent agent, if that's what you want to do, you don't have to go work for a team. Some people encourage people, go work for a team when you're brand new, and that's how you're going to learn the business, by working under a producing agent. Listen, if your aspirations are to be the producing agent, don't start in a team, because when a person brings on a team, they're looking for long-term relationships. Like, they're not looking for you to be here 1 year, 2 years, and then you go out on your own. Teams aren't looking for that, right? Just like when you think about sports, like a football team, what they do, Rick? 3-year contract, 6-year contract, right? This ain't no one and done.
Right.
They're looking for some longevity, right? They're looking for those kind of people. So that's my answer to that. Like, I don't necessarily think there's advantages or disadvantages. I think it's more about, what do you want out of real estate? Do you want to be where everything's that you're responsible for, it's all on your shoulders? Your face is on the billboard, because that's what that means. When your face is on the billboard, that means you the one that the buck stops with you. It all falls on you, the wins and the losses. Do you want that? Right. If you don't want that, then there's another way to be successful. And that other way is joining someone's team.
You know, that's interesting, man. And I thank you so much for how you elaborated and gave such a thorough answer to that question. I want to ask you, Coach Mike, in your experience, how often do you have new agents pose this question to you? Is this something that you hear often? And if so, is this something where you've seen people start off as an individual, get a feel for how that worked out, thought that they may be better suited on a team and then switch? Is that something that's possible? Can you start off on a team and then become an individual or vice versa?
Yeah, I've absolutely seen both, because sometimes, like, the way that I've articulated it by saying it depends on what you're looking for, like what your overall end game is, right?
Right.
Well, most people don't articulate it like that when people get into this business. It's not explained that way. So sometimes people have to join the team to realize this ain't it for me. It's not gonna work. And then some people have to try the independent route, and then for them to realize, I ain't trying to be the one on the billboard. I like real estate. I like helping people, but I want somebody else to be responsible for a lot of the things that the team lead is responsible for, being the rainmaker, providing the structure and the systems, which is what a team leader really does, right? And some people, when you join a team and you get leads, that's not necessarily. What the team leader is going to do is give you guidance and infrastructure and resources and support, but there's a part that you're going to play in generating leads as well for the team, right? You're a part of an organization where everybody has their role, right? And some people, they go out independent and they realize that they would flourish more if they were placed in that kind of environment versus having to be the everything, which is what an independent agent has to do.
Right. And, you know, and I just wanted to pose that question to you, Coach Mike, because the cool thing about this platform is that we give those seasoned agents, new agents, an opportunity to share those questions that's been rattling around in their mind. Right. And have an idea that nothing is always set in stone. You have an opportunity to feel your way through the process and do what's best for your brand and your business, and what'll, at the end of the day, make you most productive. So I urge everyone in the audience to heed your advice, Coach Mike. Put it in their pocket, man, and don't let anybody take it from them.
Absolutely.
So, great thing about this show, Coach Mike, is that, when we go through the batch of questions, we always have such a great variety. And I'm thinking you'll be very intrigued at the subject matter and the question that is posed in question number 2. So let's take a look at question number 2, Coach Mike, and see what question they have for you in the audience, out of the audience.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Coach Mike, are there specific niche markets in real estate that I should consider specializing in?
All right. And now, Rick, this is something that I get a lot.
I do it.
Look, I want people to understand when it comes to SEO, Coach Mike. Look, this is my opinion. These are my opinions, right? This is my advice. This is based off of my experiences. Next year it'll be 20 years for me being in real estate, right? So I've traveled a long path, right? And now I'm just letting people know what I experienced along the journey. Okay. When it comes to niche, right? Can it work? Yeah, it can work. But hey, you can play the lottery and could win. You could win the jackpot, right? But for the most part, for most people, that ain't gonna work, right? Because a lot of times with niche, a person kind of falls into it. They don't really go into it saying, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to specialize in. They kind of go into it, and then they look up and they realize a lot of the people that they helping fit the same profile.
Right. Their sphere of influence. Absolutely.
Right. And then they just decide to build out more of it. Right. That's what most people do. So this is what I subscribe to, Rick, because a lot of people don't realize in between a niche and a brand, they don't realize the difference. Okay. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, when you go the route of a niche, you're saying, this is what I'm going to do. This is all I'm going to do. People equate it to being a doctor. Right? Mm-hmm. And it's funny. Somebody used the illustration and their point. They were using this illustration about the doctor to kind of prove their point. But then it helped me prove my point. So they said, like when you go to a doctor, there's a specialist, right? So if that person, he specializes on feet, your podiatrist, that's all he work on, right? You can't go in there. You don't go into him with a shoulder problem, right? That ain't what he do. He gonna have to. He ain't even gonna accept your appointment. Right? All he do is feet. That's it.
Right.
And he specializes, and he the best at it. All right. Now, that's what a niche is. You the best at that one thing. You don't do nothing else. Don't come to me. Don't come to you with nothing else. That's all you're going to do. That's all you're going to do. All right. But this is what the person said, Rick. They said, yeah, it's like when you go see your general doctor, you go see your general practitioner, and then if you got something specific, they refer you to the specialist. This is their illustration, Rick. Right. And this is what I said. But you got general practitioners. You got people that will see you, whatever you got. What your problem is? This is what your problem is? All right, come to me. Right. Whatever it is. Your feet, your shoulder, your head, your ears, your finger. What you got? Right? All right. Now, let me refer you. Let me move you. Let me point you. Right? And you don't think them general practitioners getting paid for them specialists? You know they getting a piece. Right? And vice versa. Along with their general practice, it's an income stream.
Right.
And now, so what's a brand? So a brand is, well, there's a particular client that I want to attract. And because that's the client that I want to attract, then I create marketing strategy and I create marketing plan around that particular client. Say it's estates, right? You wanna help people that have estate property sell it. Well, you could create a niche and say, well, all I do is work with those people. You could do that. But how long is it going to take? How long did it take for that foot doctor to build his practice specializing in only that one thing? For years, probably. Right? As a new agent, you ain't got time to do all that because the time that you're trying to build that niche and you turning away all these other business opportunities, you ain't going to be making no money. Like, how you going to pay your bills? So you ain't got time to do that. But what you do have time to do is, while you're working with all these business opportunities, begin building brands, and you can have multiple brands that you're putting out there. Mm-hmm. And if one of those brands takes off, that'll probably be the segue. If you want to eliminate the rest of the work and just only focus in that brand, then it turns into a niche. All right, well, now you set up because you're making money. Like you're in the head of it. You're ahead of it. Mm-hmm. So that's how they should approach the whole niche if they want to go in that direction. But I just really believe if it's a particular profile or type of customer that you like working with, just build a brand to attract that client. But don't forsake the rest of your business opportunities while you're doing it.
I agree totally, Coach Mike, because what you illustrate, especially with the general practitioner referring out to the specialist, what I took from that is that in real estate, if you were to meet a client whose needs were so unique and different that it was outside of the frame of your experience, then you can reach out to someone like myself, reach out to Coach Mike, someone who has experience in that area, refer out that particular deal. And to your point, Coach Mike, you turn no one away. Right. You have someone that is indebted to you for putting them in the right position. And you still may have the opportunity to earn referrals after that, be a part of their small community of people that they influence.
Right.
So it just opens up the doors to so many opportunities when you are open to working with the entire real estate community as a whole. So I agree totally, Coach.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
You know, man, like I said, man, we had some really great questions, man. You know, before we go any further, Coach Mike, one of the great things about our show, and I want to make sure we invite everyone who's checking us out live on Facebook, live on YouTube, man, get in the comment section. Send us a question. Coach Mike can attest, we love to interact in real time with those people that are checking us out live. So big, huge shout out. Big, huge shout out to our super producer, Jay Joseph, man. She does a great job going through the questions and keeping this active and keeping the audience involved. So big, huge shout out to her. So we have a third question that we already have queued up for you, Coach Mike. And so if you're ready, I want to pose question number 3 to you, sir.
Let's do it, man.
Let's check this out. Question number 3. Coach Mike, can landlords slash property managers in Texas charge pet deposits and or monthly fees for service animals?
Wow. That's a good question, Rick.
Yes.
That's a good question. Now, let me preface this by saying I'm not a lawyer.
And we don't give out legal advice.
And we don't give out legal advice. That's kind of a question for an attorney. Like I don't when it comes to the legalities of it, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't necessarily know what you can or cannot do as it relates to service animals. And that is kind of a question for an attorney. Now, here's the thing. If I had a client and that client had a service animal, then I would go find the answer to that question.
Right.
I would go speak to an attorney or have the client speak to an attorney. And then based on that information, I would allow that to drive what we do next as it relates to this specific client. Right. Now, because who knows? One attorney's interpretation of the law may be different from another attorney's interpretation of the law. I don't know. Who knows? Right. So as a real estate professional, I really wouldn't get in the middle of that. I would just be someone, you want to be a resource, you want to be a value. So we're in a relationship business. Well, even if you don't have a relationship with an attorney, guess what this does? This gives you an opportunity to go get into a relationship with an attorney because you have a question, you have a scenario, you have a situation. You're bringing something to the table, right? So that's what I would use that for. That's what I would use that as versus answering the question, right? Like if my client asked me that question, I would answer it the same way that I just answered it. I'm not an attorney. We don't give legal advice, right? But I'm finna go consult an attorney and I'm going to tell you what they said. That's how I would approach it.
No, I concur totally. I echo that advice, but I would also like to offer some advice as well. I urge anyone who's ever in that situation as either the renter or the agent, go to some Facebook groups, pose the question online. A lot of times, especially if you have a service animal, there is some registration paperwork that needs to be done. Mm-hmm. Usually, the people that provide you with that information can answer that question for you as well. And if they can't satisfactorily answer the question, then reach out to a lawyer if you are of means. But these type of things, Coach Mike, just because we are licensed professionals, we can't offer legal advice, but there are many forums online with pet lovers and those that have service animals and those with disabilities that I think this is something that's probably talked about pretty regularly. Yeah. So just join a forum, join on the Reddit group, and I'm sure people can point you in the correct direction. If it either is registering your pet as a service animal or getting the question as far as tenant rights answered for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, a plug for the Texas Association of Realtors. If you are a realtor, meaning that you've paid your member dues with the HAR or TAR, right? Because you ain't got to be one. Right. But if you did, then the Texas Association of Realtors has a legal line that you can tap into, and you can very well call them. Right? You'll leave a message. They typically call you back within 2 hours. And you ask them. It's an attorney. It's an attorney that's going to call you back. And you ask them that question, and they'll answer it. Right? So that's another option that you can look into. But again, you got to be a licensed real estate professional and a member of the Houston Association of Realtors. Most of us are, though.
And I want to thank you so much, Coach Mike, because I never considered that option. And
Yeah.
that's also a value added for all those members who didn't know that that was a member benefit. You
Yeah.
may never be in a position where you need to call the legal hotline. But I
Right.
feel like one of the beauties of this platform, working with you, Coach Mike, is that you can share that type of
Mhm.
information with the real estate community at large and bring and spotlight some resources and some tools that everyone may not have necessarily been taking advantage of. So I want to appreciate you and thank you for sharing that information.
Absolutely. My pleasure, man.
Man, we've had three great questions, man. You've done a bang up job of not only being transparent, but also allowing us the luxury of your experience and some of the trainings that you've done in the past. So, this is the part of the show, Coach Mike, where we like to let everyone know who's checking us out for the first time that Monday Night Live is not the only show that we record and put up on B&D TV. So, could you talk about what we have planned this week on B&D TV over at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm and with the organization as a whole, sir?
Absolutely. I would love to. So, as Rick alluded to, BND TV every week, 4 amazing digital shows that we post on a weekly basis. Monday Night Live is just the beginning of the week, right?
No doubt.
But it's always a great way to start it off. So tomorrow, 12:30, we're welcoming our guest, Natalie Beckett. She's Air Force veteran. She's going to be the guest on the Real to Life podcast, where people come on and they offer us their story. They offer us the window into their world, into their life. It's an amazing show. You learn about so many people. And also, like what Rick said, you're going to tap in. These people have resources, like they're real estate professionals, whether in title, whether in they're lenders, whether they're agents. Maybe they have niches. You're going to learn about people and see people and be able to put them in your toolkit. So tomorrow at 12:30, we're going to be doing that. Tomorrow at 2:30, we do Realtor Happy Hour Live. Real Estate Happy Hour Live. It's a B&D TV show where we go live on Facebook and YouTube with the host and special guests discussing twinning topics. That's our way of twinning, something that's trending on Twitter or X. And Twitter got the new logo now, got the X. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Topics found on Twitter, current events, real estate industry related topics, along with some real estate advice to consumers and realtors. It's real estate professionals talking about randomness. The best part about this show is that the audience has the opportunity to get on screen with us and share their thoughts. So that's tomorrow, every Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. All right. So also tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we do Real Estate Out the Box. It's where if you're not following me on Instagram, you got to go follow me, right? So you can get notified when I do this. This is something very special because what it does is it allows me to showcase non-traditional tools and resources for people who want to buy or sell a home. And these are non-traditional resources or tools that most people probably don't know about already. We do it every Tuesday and Thursday. I go live on Instagram at 8 o'clock and I showcase a new tool. It's so many ways to buy and sell a home. And we let people know about it. So 8 o'clock on IG, Instagram, follow me at CEO Coach Mike, and you'll be notified as I showcase a new tool or resource, non-traditional tool or resource this week. So that's going to be at 8 o'clock. Then on Wednesday, we're going to be doing a lunch presentation with Currencies Direct. It's going to be exciting because you're going to learn how to create a new revenue stream for your business. So for my real estate professionals, remember, you do not have to be a member of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm to attend any of our events. That includes this. So come learn how to create this new stream of revenue for your business. Maximize referral opportunities with tailored marketing support. And you're also going to learn about how to diversify from your competitors and enhance your customer offering and experience unrivaled customer support for you and your clients. So you're going to learn about all these things tomorrow on Wednesday, Currencies Direct, beginning at 12 o'clock. Lunch is going to be served in person at our corporate training center, or also it's going to be on Zoom online simulcast. So that's going to be at 12 o'clock on Wednesday. All right. So now, Rick, this is where I cede the floor and allow you to tell the people about why they need to be tapping into the Prime Real Estate Network podcast every Thursday. Why they need to be doing it, Rick. Tell them.
Appreciate it, Coach Mike. Every Thursday, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, the other co-founder of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, and myself host the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. And on that show, we open up our Rolodex of the best and brightest real estate professionals from East Coast, West Coast, up north, and even here in the great state of Texas to provide everyone in our audience access to all of the best practices, all the best marketing techniques, and to keep everyone at the head of what's going on in this ever-changing real estate sphere. You can go to YouTube, search the Prime Real Estate Network. You can check out last week's episode, man. Great conversation with Mr. Mike Headley. He's a real estate broker out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So if you're an agent here in Houston, you know relocation, people moving to North Carolina, vice versa. Check out that episode, man. Add that fine gentleman to your contact list. And if there's ever opportunity to do business in North Carolina, you have a fine gentleman that you can facilitate that business with. So appreciate you, Coach Mike, and I invite everybody to check out the Prime Real Estate Network podcast.
Absolutely, man. It's definitely my pleasure, man. All right. Saturday, we just keep them coming. So Saturday, we're doing our hands-on mentee workshop. It's a great network. You can network and you can also mastermind a way to enhance your business. What we typically do once a month for our mentees that are part of Brooks & Davis real estate firm, it's an opportunity for Dion Collier, who's our head of agent development, to sit with them hands-on and discuss certain elements of building their business. It's an amazing time, right? So obviously we're going to reach out to our mentees to get them there. But if you're interested, you want to participate in it, you just make sure you go to www.brooksanddavis.com or scan that QR code, reserve your spot, and then you show up at 11 o'clock on Saturday as well, and you take advantage of what we're putting in place. So that's on Saturday. All right, so we have some other things coming down the pipeline in partnership with Bank of America, Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, Covenant Community Capital, and the Houston Association of Realtors. We're coming together doing a housing attainability webinar where we're going to be talking about turning dreams into reality. You're going to be learning about an alternate pathway to home ownership from clients by tapping into the Covenant Community Capital program, as well as the many resources that Bank of America has that can contribute to your home buying process. Yes. To enhance your chances of getting into a home. So because the Houston Association has such a large membership base, we wanted to expose these programs, what Bank of America has, what Covenant Community Capital has. We wanted to expose these programs to the Houston Association of Realtors membership. And that's what our housing attainability webinars are all about. So to register for that, it doesn't cost anything, but it's going to be definitely well worth your time. All you have to do is go to har.com/edu. And you can register to take part in that as well. So that's going to be on August 16th next week. Also next week, we're going to be doing our real estate career night. It's something that we do all the time. I go live on Instagram for that as well. So make sure you register so you'll get notified on that date, on that time, because that's something else that we're going to be doing next week, August 17th. We do it once a month where live Q&A for real estate career night. So, and if your broker want to answer your questions, I'm the broker that's got your back. Coach Mike, hashtag the industry's broker, right? And by participating with it, you're going to be able to ask whatever questions you have to a proven industry expert. You're going to learn about one-on-one coaching. You're going to be learning about new agent mentorship, unlicensed affiliate membership, lead opportunities, our 3 office locations, as well as multiple compensation. So all of those things you're going to learn about when you participate in Real Estate Career Night. All right, and then on Thursday, also on the 17th, we're having our Lunch and Learn. We do that once a month through the Houston Black Real Estate Association. So that Lunch and Learn is going to be held at the collective, the Houston Community Collective, formerly known as the Power Center. We do them every Thursday. We have a great topic. We bring in great speakers, and it's also a way to engage with the largest chapter of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, right? It was made official at the conference that Houston has the largest chapter. So come be a part of the largest and most successful chapter of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Spend time with us on that next Thursday. So go ahead and save the date. All right, and then also on that same date, we do our HUD certified. We do the orientation for our HUD certified class, and then that class, what it does is it affords people the ability to get the HUD certificate, which opens up the different down payment assistance resources and other resources to help them attain home ownership. The Houston Black Real Estate Association offers that class at no cost. So the orientation is going to be on that Thursday, and then the actual class is on that Saturday. It's, again, an amazing opportunity. People should take part of it, but some people see this class, Rick, as, oh, this is an entry-level class. No, that's not what this is. You know, this is a class where you've already talked to a lender, you've already talked to a realtor, and now you just want to tap into the resources. So you have to go through this HUD certified home buying class, but it's a very high level class. So it's not for beginners. All right. Finally, just a couple of more things. At Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, we don't just talk about our benefits. We let our satisfied clients and team members speak for us. Over 60 individuals have shared their transformative experiences with us, whether they were buyers, sellers, or former agents. Their stories can be found on our social proof link. It features written and video testimonials that highlight the positive impact of being a part of our community. So we invite you to go take a look at our social proof link. Also, as the CEO and coach, I'm committed to empowering individuals to manage stress effectively. To achieve this, I've developed a class called The Secret of Managing Stress, which has received rave reviews for its practical value. We understand the challenges posed by the real estate market, and these strategies and topics are designed to address and alleviate stress effectively. If you're interested in bringing this class to your brokerage team or group, simply visit michaelgdavis.com/bookings and reserve your spot on our calendar. We're currently waiving my speaker's fee, and the Secrets of Managing Stress class is one of 4 classes that we actually have and offer 3 continuing education credit hours for it. All right. And then lastly, I envision myself as a world changer and aim to surround myself with like-minded individuals. To foster this vision, I've established the World Changers community. It's a supportive network of people who recognize the value of CEO Coach Mike. The community is open to all with no associated costs. By signing up, you'll receive benefits such as a $100 discount on our World Changers Table coaching sessions, which are held every Tuesday evening. The coaching option is already affordable, and this additional coupon makes it even more accessible. Additionally, members can gain access to a library with over 100 hours of training content, including non-traditional tools and resources like Real Estate Out the Box. We encourage everyone to seize the opportunity and join the World Changers community by signing up at michaelgdavis.com/sign up. Okay. And look, I think that's it, Rick, man. We constantly keep them active.
No, there's so much going on, man, and I urge everyone, follow Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm on YouTube, follow Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm on Facebook, but also, most importantly, follow Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, CEO Coach Mike, and myself on Instagram, because that's how you stay informed about the latest and greatest, everything that's going on. If there's new things that are added throughout the week, if anything in the schedule will change, we want everyone to be able to take advantage of all of the education that is provided, not only by Coach Mike, but everyone over at the Brooks and Davis staff that facilitate these meetings and these workshops. Big, huge shout out to the staff over there, Coach Mike. And is there anything in closing that you'd like to say to our audience?
No, man, I think I said it all. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.
On behalf of myself, Rick Davis, and CEO Coach Mike, Mr. Michael G. Davis, we're here for you 24/7, 365 with just a text, email, direct message away. So until next Monday evening on the Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show, I hope everyone in our audience can be safe and be blessed.